guys, Stephanie here from Escape and Paint. Sorry it took me a few minutes to get on here. I am a few minutes late and I apologize. And I said I was going to go earlier, and then work and lots of other stuff just was not going to let it happen. So I'm sorry. I don't like being late. I don't like telling people I'm going to be somewhere. The video's not wanting to play, so I've got my phone in the way too. So y'all just bear with me here. I'm trying to get everything where it's supposed to be. I'm hoping I'll be able to see comments. We'll just have to see as that goes along. Okay, so gotta move the inks out of the way. So I can get to paintbrushes. I've got some over here and some over there, but it's like, it's all in the way. That's the problem with trying to do too many different types of crafts. And everything just seems like it exploded all at once on my desk. And it's like, that needs to go. That needs to get out of my way. That needs to get out of my way. Okay, so. Hey, how are you, Miss Carlene? Would love for you to help me decide what color I want to do my truck. Can't decide if I want it to be green or red. Let me switch camera views. That looks weird. Maybe I'll. Alright, well, here's my door hanger sitting here in front of me. And I've got a rather dark green, just a rather grass green, and I've got red. So I'm trying to decide what color to make my truck, the background of my truck. So, do we want it to be green or red? Because this is a door hanger. These are the holes that are going to go at the top. Ugh. More stuff in my way. I can't even keep myself neat today. Sorry, y'all. I'm just trying to clean my space out. Okay, so while we're discussing and debating whether we want it, my reasoning for not necessarily wanting it red is my tail lights. When I get down here to these tail lights, they don't show up as well. So if it's all red and without a lot of extra work around the edges of that, but I think we can work around that if we really want a red truck. So y'all let me know, do you want a red or a green truck? And I'm gonna get my back window and my rear view mirrors painted real quick. So, how is everyone? How is your day going? How has your week been going? It's Wednesday. This is an MDF door hanger that I had cut out. My husband cut out for me, so we can get you hooked up. If y'all get a hold of me, we'll figure out a way to get some to you if you can't find one in your, you don't know how to get one, we'll get you hooked up. I'm just putting a light blue. This is Craft Smart. It's Robin's Egg Blue. I just was grabbing some different shades today. And so if y'all would say hi and let me know who's watching. Maybe tell me where you're watching from. Would love to chat with y'all when y'all are available. Okay. Oh. My husband texted me and I'm like, why is it still ringing? I already cleared it on my phone. Well, all the other devices had to clear out first. That's funny. Not putting a super thick coat. Now I did actually put primer on these. I sprayed it with a white spray paint kind of primer back summer when I was prepping them for a class, and then figured out that I really didn't need to. So, how's everybody doing? What's going on? What are y'all up to? I really don't think elections is what I want to talk about. So, what are your Thanksgiving plans? What have you got planned for Thanksgiving? Family coming in? Anybody going out? We're still trying to solidify ours. Usually we go to hang out with my family at one of my brother's houses. But this being the first year for Philip's and his brother without his dad, and his brother doesn't have a wife and kids, so we're considering going with him or having him come and hang out with us. So I don't know which way I want to do it yet. Too many things on the table, too much going on. What are y'all doing? Y'all let me know what y'all are doing for the holidays and whatnot. I probably will only get our base coats on here today. So that I can just like come back and we can work on it again tomorrow and finish it up a little bit. Let me move that mouse out of the way so that I can reach this a little easier. I think y'all can still see it. I'm trying to not get myself in any of the paint. I'm really quiet when I paint if there's no one talking with me. So y'all want to hear something being said, or you want me to answer a question or something, you'll have to ask me, okay? But he's awful quiet today. I'm not worried about if this is a little bit streaky, like there's a little bit of edging in this, because I want it to kind of look like the glass is kind of, the back mirror has some glare on it. I don't want it to be like crazy lumpy, but I definitely don't want it to be just super smooth either, because we do want it to have that little bit of the appearance of the texture there. Which we will be adding to when we get the highlights and touch-ups at the end. Which I think we're going to just be working on this for the rest of this week. I think that's what I'll do. So I'll just do different bits and pieces of it. Okay. I'm trying to smooth some of that up just a little bit on that one. I'll hit this one too. And I'm going to grab me some black for our tires. And then I'll lay it like that, so maybe I won't lay my arm in the other colors. Hey, Miss Jill, how are you? Oh, I'm seeing comments now. Yay! They weren't showing up a while ago, so I wasn't sure if they would show up or not. Oh, yay, stick your wrist in it stuff. Oh, come on. Let me love that comment. Yeah, there we go. All right. How are you today, Miss Jill? What have you been working on, Miss Jill? I think I've just decided I've decided to go live every day, Monday through Friday, possibly even Saturday and Sundays. I'm going to try and aim for the 30 days. But I'm just not sure. I never know what to do in a live, so I've just decided I'm just going to start a project. I won't necessarily give all the instructions. I'll just paint away and chitter chat with everybody as we go along and just kind of do that. So that's what I think I'm going to do for now. I'm just going to kind of focus on, oh, I forgot to get a gray for the bumper, didn't I? Alright, I'll have to go grab a gray for a bumper here in a minute. I should not have folded that paper. Sitting here earlier, I was talking to someone on the phone and I started folding on the paper that I have down as my test paper for under my card last night. And I thought, oh, that would be a great little thing to have under the edge of the truck as I paint it. But then I folded it all up and it doesn't fit under there anymore. So now I have to unfold. Been away, going to do lives every day to let people know that you're back. Well, good. I'm glad you're coming back. I knew you had been kind of off, like holidaying type thing, like not really. Okay, I've been watching too many British shows. I'm just gonna leave it at that. Too much British television because I'm like calling people tossers. That's not Texan. I'll give it that for sure. And so I've just decided that this is how I'm gonna do it. I'm not necessarily gonna worry about a schedule or a plan per se. If something strikes me as I want to paint it. Somebody was asking me if I was gonna try I changed my photo, my cover photo, back to one of the other scenes that I'd had on there before. And somebody was asking me if I was going to paint it or if I had painted it. And I said, I have not yet. I would like to, but I'm kind of scared. Actually, I didn't tell them I'm kind of scared. I just said I haven't yet. But most of you know that I've only been painting almost a year. Around, right at a year, just under, actually just under. Because it was mid-November when I signed up, and then it was another week or so before I did painting myself. So I've only really been painting for a little while. Your stock is really built up. Yeah, I've got a lot of projects that I kind of could do or that I need to do. And that's kind of where I'm at. I'm like, need to. So maybe if I just make these to sell, but I could at least make them on a live and interact with people and then sell them afterwards on Buy Sell Trade or at Canton First Monday or something like that. That'd be fun too. Okay, Jill, I need your opinion. Do we want a red truck or a green truck? Hey, get ready for a boutique that will run through the middle of December. Ooh, that sounds like a lot of work. Do we want a red truck or do we want a green truck? My problem with red trucks is trying to get the lights, the tail lights to show up really well, but it's not an issue. It can be done. Just trying to decide what color truck we want to make today. So I wanted everybody that was watching to nobody else is talking. So would you please tell me, do we want a red or a green truck? And do we want a dark green or a lighter green? Yeah, I like the idea of just painting what you need to do. Red it is. And just paint what you got to paint while you're doing this, and then you can sell it later or auction it off if you wanted to or something like that. Okay, I need some gray for the I don't need white pearl. I need gray. Now, I do use my metallic silver on my... Oh, you said do green. Okay, so do we want the dark green or the light green, Jill? You said red at first, and then it was like, well, I don't care. We could do either one. See, what I like about these is if you wanted, you can even make it a reversible one and do it with red on one side and saying one thing. Oh, I keep sticking my fingers in that. Here, let me get my palm print out of it. What do you think? Do green, do Christmas green, and then add gifts. That works. See, I'm trying to decide what to put in there. We haven't got Thanksgiving yet, gotten to Thanksgiving yet. But I do want people to be thinking, because like you and I, as creators for the stuff, people go shopping early, and we've got to help. We got to have the right supplies, what people are out shopping for ahead of time. So yeah, we got to be thinking Christmas. So I was trying to decide, do I want the Christmas? This looks like it's almost too dark to be a Christmas green. Yeah, it's a little too dark, but it could do highlights and whatnot. Okay. Changed your mind. That works. That will work. Okay. Well, and I was trying to decide, did I want to do a turkey in it? Did I want to do a... Oh, this is very thin. I'm going to grab a bigger brush too. Got stringies in it. It's got bogies. Bogey alert, bogey alert. Well, this may not be the one to do on MDF for sure. But until it gets dry, you can usually kind of streak it, and it just needs an extra coat. No big deal. Oh, I'm at the wrong end. I've got it turned the wrong way. Hang on, let me turn it around. Oh, that wasn't good. All right. Yeah, I was, you could do it a different color. I was debating the red one with the turkey in the back because I thought the red and the turkey would look good. But then again, my grandfather had an orange truck, an old orange Ford, most of my life that I can remember. And I'm thinking we could do an orange, a big old orange truck. And what was funny is as my grandfather got older, he would just get a hankering for a Thanksgiving type meal in the middle of the year, because usually a lot of us only did it once a year, the big turkey and all that stuff. So he would say, I think it's time for Gizmo's birthday, and he would just prepare Thanksgiving type meal. And we would just do a Gizmo's birthday. So I was thinking I might just do a funny and give it to my dad for Christmas or something. He can hang it when he wants a turkey dinner. He feels up for just fixing a funny turkey dinner. Okay. I'm gonna need a different brush, I think, to get around the edges of those lights. Boy, let me tell you, this is thin paint. It was given to me, and let me tell you, I don't think I had used it, or I would have said, never mind. Well, we'll at least get our base coat down with it. How's that? I think I'm just going to go ahead and cover up where the lights go and not worry about that right now. Then I'll come back to it and we can put, I can draw them in. Maybe share with you guys where I draw them in at, how I draw them in. Yeah, so it's a lot of booger. Okay. Trying really hard to keep that bumper area kind of clean because silver is very light and you don't want to have to try and cover over the colors. It is a very pretty green. Just seems like it's a very thin green that just keeps slipping and sliding and slicking around instead of staying where it's supposed to. So we shall see. We shall see how it dries. I already managed to get too much of it up over the bottom of the window, so it'll be interesting to see how well I can fix that window at the bottom up there, if I can straighten it out. I'm going to have to adjust my camera, I can tell already, because this is just not big enough an area, and y'all should be able to see all of this. I'm doing even strokes all the way across, just in case y'all can't tell what I'm doing. I'm just trying to lightly pull any of the lines, start and stop marks for brush strokes, trying to pull them all the way across. Once again, I don't get picky about if there's a little bit of a streak on there that kind of adds to the vintage look when we get there. I do not like when I have a sudden stop or a sudden start in the middle of this. All right, so I think that's enough with that one. I've got to find me a smaller flat brush. That one might do it. I'm gonna get me a little more green. I'm gonna try and hit around these. Don't know if you can see where I'm at. I'm gonna try and get it where y'all can see. I'm gonna kind of try and hit around the edges of the mirrors. Now, I'm going to try and get this side without turning it funny because I'm in a lot of trouble reaching around it like this and not sticking my fingers right in the middle of something. Everything's wet, so I can't put my pinky down to stabilize where I would normally put my pinky down to stabilize. This is fun. Or funny. I think once we get this one base coat on here, we'll be able to get it on a little thicker and a little prettier. As I said, I did use a light spray of primer, of just a white to prime my MDF just a little bit, because I was really not sure at the time what to do and what not to do and what I should or shouldn't do. So See if we can. Get around here. There we go. Y'all, I guess I'm really glad y'all can't see my face as I'm doing this, because I feel like I'm about to bite my tongue or something. All right. And that's just, like I said, this is just a little light base coat. We will put it on thicker. I may come back later, that way it's ready to roll for the next part come tomorrow, when I decide to go live tomorrow. I'm aiming for 3 o'clock tomorrow, since I was supposed to have gone at 3 today and I just didn't manage to. Yeah, sometimes you have to multi-coat, and that's okay. This is definitely not. I usually use, I've gotten kind of used to using either folk art or deco art. Not that other brands are evil or bad, just they're the ones that came most recommended when I started buying them. So I've gotten rather used to them. I haven't found one that was quite this thin in a very long time. And the thinner they are, the more coats you're going to require to get a good coat, even color on there. But I think it'll be okay. This is really thick down here at the bottom. This is like super thick. It's going to take it a while to dry. It really is. Well, and I'm going to have to go over that with some blue again to get rid of some of those green dots there. But yeah, we can put some really cute Christmas packages in here. Okay. I'll grab blue. Just attempt to smooth it in just a little bit. I don't want it to be perfect because I do want it to look like there's some darker spots in there, and I'll catch those better later, but I'll catch that edge as best I can right now. Kind of keep it minimized. Just straight and pretty as we can. All right. So my last little step here is going to be to color this bumper. So I'm going to use my metallic gray, my metallic shimmering silver. I always do the metallic on there because it can always rough it up a little bit with a little black, but it adds that little bit of shimmer and whatnot that just helps to make the design. Okay, I'm going to turn this around so that hopefully y'all can see it. And hopefully I won't wear too much paint in the process. Started painting and I realized y'all couldn't see what I was doing. It's not in the camera. You know, there's some days you just know that you should just turn the camera off and just stop. And just be done. But I've told myself that I don't care, I'm just going to do it anyway. But today seems to be one of those days that maybe I should just turn the camera off and quit while I'm ahead. Between painting on my desk, putting my arms in the paint. Oh, anyways. Alright. I'm trying to take these in long, slower strokes so that I, again, don't have the starting and stopping of my brush strokes in there. Just because that's a personal preference. I mean, it doesn't make it look bad. It just, I don't care for it as much, so I try to avoid it in my strokes. Okay, so for today, that's it. I have my base coat down on my little green truck. Thank you, Joe, for helping me pick a color since nobody else was talking to me a while ago. Let me switch camera views. Let's see if I can switch camera views. There we go. Let me see if I can hold this up and not wear too much. There we go. Now we got a little truck. Alright, so tomorrow, if you come back for part 2, I'll be putting some decorations on it and probably adding some presents. Putting the rest of the detail work in here on this, and we will add some presents. So thank you again, Jill, for coming and chatting with me. And anybody else who is watching, I appreciate y'all being here, but y'all have permission to talk to me. I don't complain. Anyway, so I'll check y'all tomorrow. It should be about 3 o'clock.